But let's start with News 3's Tiffany Lane, who's been following, the teammates and friends at school and family, just the outpouring of support at Centennial High School.
Yeah, it was an emotional night as a community remembered the life of Ashari Hughes, a celebration of life to honor the 16-year-old who touched everyone who knew her.
We stand here today honored and proud to hear so many of you who have spoken about Ashari's perseverance, her relentlessness, and how determined she was, how caring she was.
Proud parents remembering their daughter in a room full of broken hearts at Centennial High School Monday night. That's where Ashari started her flag football career before playing for Desert Oasis High School.
When I first found out about Ashari's passing, I could not believe it. I begged Brother Trotter to tell me that it wasn't true. To this day, I'm asking God, why her? Why did you take my best friend?
And through the tears and embraces, there were also the happy memories in a celebration of life.
I can sit here with you without a tear on my face, out of pride. I'm so proud of what I had and what I've done and what I've made. You guys showed me that.
Many in the room holding signs with the number 7, Ashari's first number in the game she loved.
My brother Turtle, he played, and then she told my dad, I know the sport I want to play is football.
Like, I remember when they used to come to my little league football games and they used to watch me, and then after the games we'll go outside and try to practice and stuff.
And while there are many things that will be missed about Ashari, the one thing her grandfather says he'll miss the most, her smile.
Yes, ma'am. Her joy, I don't know where it came from, but it was like the sun rising. No matter what the situation was or whatever predicament the time was or whatever, she found a way to smile.
And smile is what everyone did as they shouted her name to the sky. And Centennial's flag football coach says they will be having a moment of silence before their next game Wednesday in Ashari's honor.
We are learning more tonight about the very rare heart condition that took the life of Ashari Hughes.
News 3's Katie Munch explains that a local doctor considers it to be a heart condition not normally seen.
Yeah, Dr. Dahlia Wax says it's not one that you would typically find during a physical exam unless somebody already is showing symptoms.
Anomalous origin of the right coronary artery from the left coronary sinus of valve. It's the lengthy term for the heart condition that the coroner says suddenly took the life of 16-year-old Ashari Hughes. But what exactly is it?
The reason why the heart has 4 chambers, the reason why we have, multiple lung lobes, but 2 sets of lungs, is so that if there is a compromise on one, we could cover it by the second, just like why we have 2 kidneys. But every now and then, if there is some restriction on that left area, if both the coronary arteries are coming from that sinus, sadly, it could restrict blood flow.
Dr. Dahlia Wax says restricted blood flow leads to a lack of oxygen and causes a sudden cardiac arrest. She says it's a condition that most are born with and is not always discovered.
We are very thorough with our sports physicals, and we screen for multiple cardiac anomalies when we do that. Sometimes these things can slip through the cracks. If there's not a murmur, if there were no prior symptoms like shortness of breath, fainting.
CCSD schools require student athletes to undergo a physical exam before they can participate in a sport. And Ashari's grandfather, Sammy Toll, says a week before she died, she also visited a doctor.
The thing about it is she had some type of issue, and they went the week before to the doctor, and she got cleared to play this game. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way.
Dr. Wax says the rare heart condition often isn't detected during a normal exam.
A cardiologists agree with me. If we could ultrasound the hearts during sports physicals, find an inexpensive way to do that, we could pick up a lot of anomalies.
And Dr. Wax says it's also important for athletes to have the space to express any discomfort that they are feeling or dealing with. She says too often coaches or teammates tell athletes to suck it up.
It was just a matter of time before a new COVID-19 subvariant made its way here to Clark County. Thank you for joining us. I'm Latoya Silman.
And I'm Jim Snyder. Glad you're with us tonight. They're calling this one the Kraken. News 3's Steve Wolford explains how it got that ominous nickname and whether the symptoms are as monstrous as it sounds.
Recently, we have identified the XBB 1.5 variant here in Clark County.
Southern Nevada Health District senior epidemiologist Matthew Kappel confirming the highly contagious Omicron subvariant XBB.1.5 has arrived in Clark County. He says it was just a matter of time.
Since its prevalence has nearly doubled over the past weeks in the United States, especially in the Northeast.
The Centers for Disease Control says since first emerging in mid-November, XBB.1.5 will become the dominant COVID strain in a matter of days. It was nicknamed Kraken, a mythical sea monster, by a Canadian scientist who felt it was easier for people to remember than XBB.1.5. But so far, Dr. Mark Kahn, dean of UNLV's Krikorian Med School, says this new COVID variant doesn't seem to be living up to its terrifying namesake.
So far, it's following the playbook that we've seen with other pandemics and appears to be getting more transmissible, less virulent. Again, when we say less virulent, that's for healthy population.
Another concern right now for the health district is the ongoing presence of respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV. Fortunately, those case numbers are down from November and back to levels in December that were comparable to where they were in December of 2021. And RSV can be serious.
RSV causes significant inflammation of airways, making breathing difficult. So RSV is a serious problem in young children, infants, and in the elderly.
As for giving COVID variants nicknames,
I think that's a really good way to be. XBB 1.5 is cumbersome. We name hurricanes after people, initially men, now men and women, and Kraken, which is sort of a mythical octopus, is a great name for a virus like this.
Hi, everybody. I'm Reed Cowan from News 3 Las Vegas. We want to thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Remember, you can always see more of our videos by clicking on the video links. And also don't forget to click that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of our YouTube updates. Thanks for watching.